Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Kenny joined Topanga Karate during the events of Cobra Kai Season 4? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 4 would still happen. Anthony would still bully Kenny in this timeline. Kenny would continue to be bullied, and eventually he would have enough, so Kenny would decide to learn karate to defend himself. So in this timeline, Kenny would join Topanga Karate, Kenny would learn to defend himself, and the events of Cobra Kai Season 4 would carry on. Miyagi Fang and Cobra Kai would continue their training. Carice would still get Terry Silver in this timeline, and since Kenny never joined Cobra Kai, Robbie and Kenny wouldn't have their connection. So in this timeline, Cobra Kai wouldn't get their revenge on Hawk. The season would carry on. Daniel and Johnny would still go their separate ways, but in this timeline, Hawk would stay in Eagle Fang and Miyagi would still be on good terms, but they would train separately. Anthony and his friends would continue to pick on Kenny, and eventually Kenny would stand up for himself, and he would fight back. Those events would stay the same, and the night of the All Valley, the dojos would compete, and with Hawk and Eagle Fang would score more points in the skills competition. In this timeline, Miyagi would be in first place. Since Hawk was in Eagle Fang, he would be in a different bracket, and he would fight Robbie in the semifinals. Robbie wouldn't be distracted, and he would use a combination of offense and defense, while Hawk only used offense, so Robbie would defeat Hawk in this timeline. Miguel would fight Dimitri, and in this timeline, Miguel wouldn't be injured just yet, so Miguel would advance to the finals, and in the finals, Miguel would fight Robbie. The match would begin. It would be a close match, but much like in the original timeline, Miguel would still be injured, and they would still give him 30 minutes to recover. Sam and Tori would still fight, and that match would stay the same. The referee would still be on Tori's side, so Tori would still beat Sam in this timeline, but since Miyagi got more points, Cobra Kai wouldn't win just yet. Miguel would choose to fight in this timeline, and the fight between Robbie and Miguel would resume. Robbie would use a combination of offense and defense. Miguel would mostly use offense, but he would remember what Daniel taught him, but Miguel would still be distracted, and Robbie would take advantage, so Robbie would defeat Miguel in this timeline, so Cobra Kai would win overall. The season would end in a very similar way. Robbie wouldn't go to Johnny in this timeline, and he would stay in Cobra Kai. Miguel wouldn't run away. Terry Silver would still betray Carice, and Daniel would still get chosen. The events of Season 5 would carry on. Cobra Kai would continue to expand and grow. Chosen would still be a spy in Cobra Kai, but Terry Silver would still find out, so Chosen would still fight off the senseis in this timeline. Those events would carry on. Miguel and Sam would quit karate in this timeline, and the events of Season 5 would continue. Daniel and Chosen would still want to find a way to expose Terry Silver, and much like in the original timeline, Terry Silver would still get Sensei Kim Da-yoon and the rest of her senseis. Kenny would continue training at Topanga Karate. Kenny would be surprised to see Terry Silver and the rest of the Cobra Kais, and Terry Silver would still buy out Topanga Karate, so the students of Topanga would join Cobra Kai. Robbie would help train the former Topanga students, and this is when Robbie would meet Kenny. Kenny would be a fan of Robbie because he was one of the All Valley champions. Robbie would be surprised to learn Kenny's last name and that he was Sean's brother. So Robbie would still train Kenny in this timeline, and they would still have their connection. The events of Season 5 would continue. Miyagi Fang would still reform, and they would still train for the Saikai Taikai. And the night of the match, Miguel and Robbie would have their rematch. They would both use a combination of offense and defense, but the referee would be on Robbie's side, so Robbie would defeat Miguel in this timeline. Tori wouldn't notice that the referee was paid off again, so she would fight Sam. And once again the referee would help Tori, so once again Tori would defeat Sam. So only Cobra Kai would qualify for the Saikai Taikai. Cobra Kai would celebrate. Miyagi Fang would go home in defeat. Daniel, Johnny, and Chosen would want to find a way to take down Cobra Kai and expose Terry Silver. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Kenny joined Topanga Karate during the events of Cobra Kai Season 4? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.